There's a moment after a spiritual awakening that no one warns you about. It doesn't come with bliss, or clarity, or an instant feeling of purpose. No, it arrives quietly, almost like fog. And suddenly, you don't recognize yourself anymore. You look at the dreams you used to chase, the career, the goals, the ambition, and wonder, why don't I care anymore? You used to wake up hungry for progress, ready to grind for success, constantly fueled by the pressure to be more, do more, prove more. But now, there's stillness. Emptiness, even. And if you've felt this shift, this video is your mirror. Because you didn't lose motivation, you outgrew an old version of it. You didn't fall behind, you're being realigned. What you are about to hear will challenge everything you thought you knew about purpose and push you to redefine what it really means to live in alignment. Let's be honest, we live in a world that worships productivity. From the moment we're children, we're conditioned to perform. Get good grades. Get a job. Get promoted. Get likes. Everything we did had to have an outcome, a reward. So it makes sense that before your awakening, your motivation was shaped by that system. You pushed yourself hard because that's how you felt seen. Your worth was tied to progress, not presence. And it worked, until it didn't. Because awakening is the destruction of the false self. It's when the old programs start to crumble. It's when the why behind your actions no longer holds. And that's terrifying. You might wake up one day and realize you were surrounded by everything you once wanted, and feel absolutely nothing. This is not depression. This is the collapse of your old motivational blueprint. And it's necessary. After a spiritual awakening, there's often a silent grief. You're grieving the version of you that used to feel so clear, so driven, so certain. But here's the truth, that version of you was often running on fear. Fear of not being enough. Fear of being forgotten. Fear of not achieving what society labeled as a success. When that fear dissolves, so does the drive that was built upon it. And without that fear, you stop moving. Not because you've failed, but because you're recalibrating. Think of it like a system reboot. Your soul is rewriting your operating system. And that takes time. You're not supposed to rush into new goals right away. You're supposed to pause. Observe. Let the silence speak. That discomfort you feel? That's your soul detoxing from the pressure to perform. And soon, something entirely new will rise in its place. But here's where many people get stuck. They try to bring the old energy into the new frequency. They tell themselves, I just need to manifest harder, or maybe I'm blocking abundance. But this isn't about blocks. It's about alignment. Hustle culture, even when wrapped in spiritual language, is still hustle culture. You don't need to slap affirmations on a life that no longer fits. You need to stop. Get honest. Ask yourself, what am I still trying to force out of fear? When you stop chasing things that no longer resonate, you make space for what's truly meant for you. True motivation after awakening is not a fire, it's a flow. It's quieter, but more powerful. And it never burns you out. It expands you. And it guides you through peace, not pressure. So what does motivation look like now? It's no longer about external milestones. It's not about hitting numbers, achieving status, or proving something. It's about listening. Listening to the subtle nudges, the gentle inspirations, the moments when your heart says yes, even if your mind is unsure. Motivation after awakening is intuitive. It's soul-led. You may feel called to start something new, not to impress, but to express. You may feel drawn to rest, not because you're lazy, but because your energy is recalibrating. You might find yourself creating art, helping others, speaking truth, walking in nature, or simply breathing deeply without the need to become anything. That is motivation in its purest form. Not forced, but felt. So what do you do when that old drive fades? First, you stop resisting it. Resistance only creates more confusion. Second, honor the void. The void is sacred. It's where your soul breathes. It's where false goals dissolve and true desires are born. Third, get curious. Ask yourself, what feels alive for me now? Not what should I do, but what calls me. This might look like journaling, walking in silence, or simply observing your emotional patterns. And finally, trust the timeline. You are not late. You are not lost. You are transitioning. From fear-based movement to love-based alignment. From pressure to presence. And the longer you sit in this space, the clearer the next step becomes, not because you chased it, but because it revealed itself to you. Let me leave you with this: you were never meant to stay the same. Awakening is not the end of your journey, it's the beginning of a completely new one. And this phase you're in right now, the stillness, the confusion, the disconnection, it's not a breakdown. It's a spiritual initiation. You are being invited to lead with your essence, not your ego. To build a life that aligns with your truth, not the expectations of the world. So don't rush this. Don't numb it. Don't bypass it. Let it teach you. Because what's on the other side of this void is you. The real you. Fully awake. Deeply guided. Wildly free. And when that version of you takes action, it won't be motivated by fear, guilt, or pressure. It will be motivated by purpose. Pure and powerful. If this message cracked something open in you, welcome home. On this channel, Inner Power Code, we go beyond the surface. We talk about the raw, the real, and the parts of awakening that nobody prepares you for. So if you're ready to step into a life that's soul-aligned, peaceful, and powerful in its truth, subscribe now and hit the bell. You're not walking this journey alone anymore, you're part of a tribe that gets it. And before you go, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me, what part of your old self are you ready to release? I'll be reading every message. This is your space. This is your time. And your energy is sacred here.